Alright, it's time for another book review on this channel. Today's subject is on Holy Daimon. This was published by Scarlet Imprint back in 2018, which feels like a lifetime ago. This book is actually one that I saw on a lot of different sites, and I read the description about it early on when I first started studying occult history and things like that, and it didn't really grab my interest. But as things went on and I began to become more interested in some of the older Solomonic practices, I guess, this is something that I had to have. Now it's broken down to 3 parts, as you can see. Talks about history, memory, and this is the author's claim of communicating with his holy guardian angel, and then some practice and some elements to keep in mind if someone were to try to follow the author's steps in this practice. Just got some verses there, preface, which is a bit long, introduction, and you can get the paperback version of this. It's still quite readily available, but this hardcover edition has been discontinued. So you can still get it, but you'll probably be paying, I guess at this point, probably at least a couple $100 for it. I've lost my tripod again, so just kind of bear with me. There's not a whole lot in the way of pictures in this book, which is fine. It's more so, again, a personal journey or history of the author. Goes into some of the science behind the names, ancient higher self. You know, there's a lot of things about philosophy, the ancient Greek, the language. Nous, Logos, Eros, Thumos. And again, it's one of those books that is just kind of hard to really describe beyond what I've already mentioned, because it's just, there's so much content in the book. I think the history was very good, especially for somebody who is curious on Solomonic works and Holy Guardian Angel, the Abramelin ritual, and everything that those entail. But I think the memory, this communion with this Holy Guardian Angel, I think that was the most interesting part of the book. And you can see he also includes some pictures here of the house where he did the ritual. For those of you who may not be familiar, it is a very long, potentially one of the most involved rituals in occult practice, requiring very specific acts to be followed through to the letter. Mirrors, candles, meditation, circles. You know, this is all where that comes from, really, the Abramelin rite. I'm trying to find a picture here in particular. Where is it? Yep, here it is. Kind of dying to yourself in a way. There's the coffin that he made for the ritual as well. This is actually kind of a departure from the historical readings that I've looked at. But again, with the level of effort that he put forth to do this ritual and some of the negative effects that it took on his life, particularly his relationship with his wife, we have to ask him if he thought it was all worth it. And then part 3 moves into practice, gives you a lot of information on how you would go about doing this. Very similar to the works of Solomon, some relation to the Grand Grimoire. Talks about the encounter that you might experience, and some more general information there. And of course, a lot of resources and information in the back. So yeah, like I said, I really enjoyed this book. I still have a lot of books on the subject, but this is one of my favorites, and I highly recommend it. Not necessarily the hardcover if you're not sure if you're going to like it or not, but certainly it's worth a read. So I hope you enjoy it, and let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to comment, and I would appreciate a subscription. Thanks.